So I am in the bedroom. This is where I'm going to be at for a while. I am getting my surgery tomorrow, so I do not know that I will be available to record on the 19th. I might be sleeping it off or something. But tomorrow is officially my top surgery. Um, I've been working, trying to get as much stuff done and taken care of and set up for success as possible. Get the house completely cleaned top to bottom and all of every shred of laundry and bedding and everything that could be possibly considered laundry cleaned, like trying to get all of the medications and all of the appointments and everything out of the way as much as possible for the other two people who live here. It's been doing a lot of stuff. My surgery is tomorrow morning, and I am I don't know. I just am not super upset about it or anything. I did some therapy about interaction with the doctors, which is actually the thing I'm most anxious about. The surgery itself, A, I'm going to be unconscious for, and B, I have survived enough things in my life that I'm not really worried about surviving surgery. Um, it's just one of those things where it's like, eh, it's it's something I'll get through. Um, that doesn't mean it'll be easy. That doesn't mean it will be without pain. It's definitely going to be painful. I just, whatever it is, it's probably not as bad as other things I've already done before. So I'll be okay. I'm really not worried about the surgery. I'm not worried about recovery, other than that, it will take a lot of mental and emotional stamina for me. The physical stamina stuff, it's just a waiting game. It's just waiting for the pain to recede and the movement to increase. Like it's not the intimidating thing to me. What intimidates me the most about recovery is honestly trying to go to the bathroom and the guilt of laying here and not being up and doing things, and every time that the girls are stressed out, not going and taking care of them and helping them and doing stuff for them. um, it's going to be very much a willpower thing to disregard my normal stuff. um, Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, though. I honestly haven't been able to be super anxious about the surgery, partially because I'm so anxious about getting my bottom surgery consult on the actual schedule. I don't know why, but they don't print the schedule ahead, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. One does what they have to. I personally very much would like to just get it on the books, because then at least I know when it is. I can work around it and around when things need to be done by or things can start by. It makes me a lot more anxious than this does, which is so weird. Part of me, man, I am really looking forward to the surgery. Um, Again, I'm going to be in pain, but I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off every single day for enough time now that I'm looking forward to the rest. I'm looking forward to laying here. Um, Crazy as that may seem, of course, everyone outside has to start making noise when I'm recording. Sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, I was walking earlier and doing laundry, and I didn't have a binder because both of my binders were in the wash, and I was like feeling very uncomfortable and stuff, nobody was looking at me, but I felt like if someone had paid attention, there'd be like chest but beard, but what, I've gotten those looks before in the past, and I realized kind of happily today, this is the last day I have to feel that way. That particular feeling ends very soon. Tomorrow, in fact. And it was just like, hey, that put a little chipper in my step. Um, I just, I don't know. It's gonna be really, really nice. I was putting on my binder this week, and I was like, man, my other binder's dirty. I gotta wear this one. And I was like, I'm not gonna have to worry about that. Like 2 months from now, I'm gonna be like donating these binders. Like, it's like really happy feelings. Like I'm looking forward to the surgery, to having it done, having one less thing to be distressed or working around, or whatever, to have one less thing between me and the like future and the life that I want, like one less thing. And I'm just not like afraid for whatever reason. Um, I don't know, I'm to the point in my life where I'm like, I'm not gonna die until it's actually time for me to die. Why stress about it? Like some people are like, but the anesthesia, you've never been under anesthesia before, so maybe it could do something. And it's like, maybe, but it's not gonna happen unless it's actually gonna happen. Like, there's no point in stressing out about it. I've had so many close run-ins with death. It's like, why be afraid of it? I don't view death in that way. To me, death is just like the eternal nap. Um, you know, but it's not the kind of surgery that has a very high complication rate, let alone like death. So I really am not stressed. Um, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to my chest being done with. No more aggravation, no more insecure feelings, no more frustrations and awkwardnesses. Just one less thing on the list of things. And once this surgery is done, it's enough of a surgery that I can, request for changes to my birth certificate, which is exciting. You only have to have done a surgery, it doesn't matter which surgery. And hopefully, once this surgery is done, there'll be less distractions and less arbitrary limitations on me being able to get my bottom surgery consult going, and I can start moving things forward that need to go forward for that because, that's extremely important to me. um, I don't know. I'm just really excited. Um, I know I'm not going to heal up fast enough that I can, like, go swimming before summer's over or something like that. It's probably not going to happen. Um, but, I am excited that I definitely am going to have my chest healed up in time for summer next year. And be able to go topless next year, which is exciting. And I tend to walk around the house, without a shirt the majority of the time anyway. Um, so this is going to be a lot better for me. I also am hoping that the sudden loss of a chunk of fat from a localized location will help my body recomposition to finally happen, that they thought would happen and never really did. I'm hoping because your body fat tries to distribute across your body, in a more even way. I'm hoping that that will happen with this, and it'll be like, oh yeah, and it'll be happy and good. Um, I'm really hoping for that, honestly, like a lot. I I don't know. I feel good about it, like really good about it. For the most part, I will say, talked to my father like 2 days ago, and he's like, "What you up to?" And I'm like, "Oh, just getting things ready for surgery. Surgery's Wednesday." And he's like, "Oh, actually, it might have been yesterday." But he's just like, "Oh, well, I gotta go. Bye." And it's like, no, it was Sunday. It was 2 days ago. He's like, "I gotta go. Bye." And it's like, most parents, if your kid's going into surgery, you want to be like, "Hey, here's some well wishes and encouragements, and I love you." He didn't even say I love you. Like, just so completely in denial. He's just, most parents would be like, showing some semblance of concern or interest in something as big as an actual surgery. And if for no other reason than they're concerned about the well being of their kid that they love, but not my father. Is what it is with that. I don't know what to do with any of that. It's nothing to do, I guess. I really, really am trying not to be anxious about the Supreme Court and their power tripping, trying to remove all of the things that are protections for people and that are good protections for people. And I'm trying really hard to believe that I will get my bottom surgeries before they take away rights, or else that the rights won't even get taken away. Um, I realize that in my state, it'll take longer than in a lot of states, even if they did say, oh, this is forbidden, or oh, this isn't constitutional, you can't do this, or whatever. Um, but still, it just feels like so frustrating. It's so arbitrary to wait. I really, really just want to get it scheduled. It would mean a lot to me. Trying really hard not to think about how much I wish I would have done all of this sooner and this would already all be done with. I am trying really hard not to think about, you know, how unsafe this country feels, with all of the gun violence and the homelessness and the inflation. Although the inflation is sadly going on pretty much universally on the whole planet. But yeah, other countries, the inflation isn't causing people to be homeless. Not all of them. Some of them, yes, but a lot of other first world countries. Which first world is such a dumb term for. It should be just. I guess I should be saying developed countries. Because first world really just has to do with at the end of World War II. Um, it's not necessarily oh, here's who's like high end technology development, all of that stuff. We got stuff set up for the surgery that I'm having now, and that seems to be all going well. I realize that I should be focusing more on the surgery that's happening now than the surgery that I don't know when it's happening. you know, Again, my surgery is tomorrow, and I'm still thinking about bottom surgery. Um, but I am excited for top surgery and to be done with top surgery and to move on from it. We got a little $25 TV from, you know, the internet, from I think OfferUp. We looked on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace too, but this one was the best TV for the cheapest amount. Um, Put it here in the bedroom. We've got some of those wedge pillows that you can like velcro to each other to create positions. Um, we put a bidet, just a little bidet attachment on the toilet, to help make cleaning easier and stuff, because out of all of the things that I'm going to be doing, going to the bathroom seems like the worst because you have to keep your chest still. You can't be hunched over. You can't reach around. You can't, whatever. Um, so yeah, that's going to be really frustrating, but, you know, like, at least we have the bidet attachment. It's going to make it a lot less frustrating how little I can do because I don't want to pull my stitches. Um, we got a lot going on, but I thought I would try to take a little time while I could and record because I am going to be very, very exhausted and sleeping a lot coming up pretty quickly here. And I don't know if I will be out of that before the 18th, or even the 19th, or even the 20th. So, thought I would record and get it done. As far as transition goes and everything, I haven't noticed anything else or unique or different or whatever. We went on a big vacation, and during the vacation, everyone called me sir and stuff. I wore my um, binders the entire time, like I always had a binder on. Except when swimming, I had to do a sports bra thing, and that's the only time that there was trouble. Was at one of the hotels. I was swimming, and there was these little kids, and they really liked me. Kids like me. It's a thing. And they were playing with my nephews and with me, and throwing this little like disc thing around in the pool and stuff. And they didn't think anything of it, but their parents were sitting outside of the pool room, but there was glass windows across the whole wall, and they were sitting at a little table thing there. And one of them came in and kind of dragged the kid away, and they were like, "Hey, come on, come away." And he was like, "But I'm playing, I'm having fun." And he was like 6 years old, 7 years old, something like that. And they were like, "No, get over here. If I tell you something's, you know, a reason you should come over here, you just come over here." And he's like, "What? I don't understand. I know how to swim. It's not dangerous." And he's like, "If I think it's dangerous, it's dangerous." And I was like, man, they're kind of rough with the kid. Is it his bedtime? What? And then they dragged him out there, and all of the parents, or the people, or the aunts, uncles, whoever they were, all of the adults that he got dragged to out there, they all turned in unison when he was out there and confused and looked directly at me and with like this really condemning expression. And it was very sad because the kid didn't understand at all. But because I had a chest and a beard, they were all very not okay after we had been playing for a while and they hadn't even noticed for a while. I part of me wondered, well, maybe they didn't want a stranger playing with their kids, but their kids were actively playing like for quite a while with me and my nephews, and there were other kids and other adults there and stuff. Um, and I didn't touch them. I didn't touch the other two little boys who had been playing with us. The one boy just listened to them the first time they said come, and the younger one didn't listen, and they kind of dragged him. And it was like they hadn't had a problem with me at all for quite a while, and then all of a sudden they had a very huge problem with me all at once. And basically, when they came back around, the little boy tried to wave at me, and they actually grabbed his arm and pulled it down and wouldn't let him wave at me goodnight, while they went to their hotel rooms. Like, they were really upset that he'd been playing with me. And again, we just were throwing a disc. I wasn't anywhere near their kids. Like, I wasn't touching their kids or nothing like that. Um, After tomorrow, stuff like that will hopefully not happen anymore either. It made me really uncomfortable the next time we went to a hotel with the pool because there was even more kids and even more adults, and I kept trying to like hunch in a little bit and like keep my arms close to my chest so that hopefully it would look less pokey outy or something. I tried to carry my girlfriend around a lot so that it would be less noticeable. Like after that family did that, my girlfriend came out to swim later and I carried her around a lot. I just didn't want anyone to look at my chest and be like, "Oh no, there's that trans person gonna somehow contaminate the pool water with my transness." You know. um and infect my children or something. I don't know. But the next pool, it was a bunch of like Europeans or maybe they were Quakers or something, but they were people who had a ton of kids, like a ton per family. And they were very distracted by their many, many children. So it didn't seem to be so big of an issue. Um, there were also no pool toys, so I didn't throw anything back and forth with any of the kids. But yeah, that was an unfortunate thing that happened. But the rest of the trip, everything went fine, went good. Nobody treated me weird or differented or whatever. Um, but again, when I was swimming, I didn't want to ruin the binders because I want to be able to donate them. So I didn't wear the binders when I was swimming, and I too noticeably had a chest. Um, I'm really looking forward to my surgery tomorrow. I am so sick of stuff like that. Um, it's so frustrating. Like, lots of guys have moobs. People are so desperate for things to be, like, normalized. And it's so strange to me because that's not how the universe works. Like, we're all different and come in different types, and that's good. The world wouldn't function without that. Like think about trees. There's so many different kinds of trees, so many different species of trees, so many trees because the world wouldn't function the same without it. Like, if every tree was only, coniferous and there was no other kind of tree, we would be in not great situations. Like, you think about, like, a mouse. There's tons of different types of mice. There's tons of different types of cats. There's tons of different types of dogs. Um, it, there's tons of different types of humans. We're not normalized. We're not a standard one size fits all as a species, or even as any species on this whole freaking globe that we live upon. And yet people try really hard to put everything in a pretty little box and force everything to fit that same pattern over and over again. And that's just not how human beings work. That's just not how we are. And that's just not how anything natural works. Anyway, tomorrow morning I wake up and go pick up the last of medications from the pharmacy for the girls and make sure that I'm wearing nice, easy to get in and out of clothing. Gonna bring a hoodie that zips up in the front so that when I come out of surgery, instead of having to like lift my arms a little bit or something like that to get a shirt on, it's literally just zip. So that'll be nice and easy. Um, it should be okay and go well, hopefully. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. So much. I just am not like exuberant. I don't know. I'm strangely like really low on anxiety. Now tomorrow when the doctor's like actually in front of me and touching me, I might like change very quickly to more anxious, but for right like all the whole way up I kept having people ask me, "Oh, are you anxious?" or "Oh, are you worried?" and I'm like, "No." And all during the trip people are like, "Are you excited? Are you anxious?" and I'm like, "Maybe I will be after the trip." But no. I don't know, there's just too much that's needed to get done, too much to be distracted by. And quite frankly, there's too much to be grateful for. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about that. If I can record on the 18th, I will try to, but we will see. Anyway,